Today on Inquirer. Complaints filed against the eldest son of Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla over the importation of high-grade marijuana. President Bongbong Marcos shuns calls for Remulla to quit.
I think the calls for him to resign is no basis. For somebody to resign if he's not doing his job or that they have misbehaved in that job. He has not done anything, quite the contrary.
President Bongbong Marcos says use of his legal powers in the Lima case would be interfering. And COVID-19 XBB subvariant could possibly enter the Philippines amid opened borders, according to an expert. Today on Inquirer. Good evening. For our top story, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr shuns calls for Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla to step down from his post following his son's arrest for drug possession. To give us the details, Daphne Galvez is reporting live.
Daniza, President Bongbong Marcos today rejected the calls for the resignation of Justice Chief Boying Remulla following his son's arrest for drug possession. He said the demands for Remulla to quit his post have no basis, and he even commended the Justice Secretary for vowing to recuse himself from his son's case. The president also said he believes Remulla knows his limits despite having authority over prosecutors as the head of the Department of Justice. Calls for Remulla's resignation pointed out that he should resign out of courtesy to ensure an independent investigation and trial. Remulla's eldest son, Juanito Jose Remulla III, was arrested last Tuesday in connection with a shipment of over 1 million worth of high-grade marijuana or kush, which was intercepted at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The operation, which was a controlled delivery of the parcel containing close to 1 kilo of suspected kush, was conducted in Las Piñas City. The Justice Secretary yesterday said he will not intervene in his son's case, saying the younger Remulla will have to face his predicament on his own. Juanito is facing charges for importation of illegal drugs and violation of the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act. Violation of the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act is punishable by 14 years of imprisonment to life imprisonment. Back to you, Daniza.
And that's Daphne Galvez, our Palace reporter. Former Senator Leila De Lima told Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla that his son is innocent until proven guilty, just like the people who died during the previous administration's war on drugs. Remulla's son, Juanito Jose Remulla, was arrested for his alleged involvement in the importation of illegal drugs. In a statement, De Lima said the same cardinal presumption is what should have been upheld for those who have been judged too swiftly in the past administration's drug war and who were not able to defend themselves before the courts. According to the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, former President Rodrigo Duterte's war on drugs saw the deaths of at least 6,000 people towards the end of his term. However, human rights groups like the Center for International Law believe that the drug war-related deaths could be as high as 30,000. De Lima, who also served as the Justice Secretary during the administration of the late former President Benigno Aquino III, lauded Remulla's choice to not interfere with his son's case. She urged the current Justice Secretary to uphold justice in the Philippines. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr believes using his legal powers as the country's chief executive in the case of former Senator Leila De Lima would be interfering. This was in response to calls of opposition lawmakers for Marcos to use his legal power to free De Lima by ordering the prosecutor to dismiss the charges against her after the hostage-taking incident inside the Philippine National Police Custodial Center at Camp Crame. Albay Representative Edsel Lagman earlier said the president would not be intruding into the domain of the courts if he would order prosecutors to move for the dismissal of criminal cases where inculpatory evidence is lacking.
I think urging prosecutors to do one thing or another is interfering. So that's why I said we are very, very clear that we have three departments of government at siguro naman hindi natin dapat pabayaan natin, hindi naman natin pinagdududahan ang proseso. I think the process is there. We are continuing to monitor what is going on. I wanted to ask her if she feels safe. Because if she doesn't feel safe, sabi ko sa kanya, ililipat ka namin. And she said, sabi nga naman niya na hindi naman siguro kailangan. So she never asked me to do anything in terms. Yun lang yung tweet niya, what she tweeted, I think, yesterday. That was the extent of it. So that is the extent of our discussion with the former senator.
An infectious disease expert warns that the COVID-19 XBB Omicron subvariant could possibly enter the Philippines amid the country's opened borders. John Eric Mendoza fills us in with the details live.
The COVID-19 XBB Omicron subvariant could possibly enter the Philippines amid the country's open borders, according to Ronald Solante, head of the Adult Infectious Diseases and Tropical Medicine Division of the National Hospital. Over ABS-CBN News Channel, Solante said there's a possibility for the subvariant to enter the Philippines because its borders are now open and the country has flights to Singapore every day. Singapore is experiencing a surge of cases driven by the XBB subvariant, believed to be highly immune evasive that could still infect people with antibodies against COVID-19. But Solante noted that this variant did not overwhelm healthcare facilities in Singapore, since those infected are not going to the hospital. Yesterday, the Department of Health said the XBB subvariant has not been detected in the country yet, saying the agency and the Philippine Genome Center will continue to monitor the situation. In light of this, the DOJ emphasized the importance of getting boosted against COVID-19 with the emerging and re-emerging Omicron subvariants. Denisa?
Eric, aside from Singapore, are there other countries with detected cases of the XBB Omicron subvariant?
Yes, Denisa, it has actually been detected in Australia, Bangladesh, Denmark, India, Japan, and the United States since August this year. However, Singapore has been emphasized because this subvariant caused a huge surge of cases in that country. It has recorded over 11,000 cases on Tuesday, compared to more than just 4,700 cases recorded the day before. Denisa?
And that's John Eric Mendoza. Alamin natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama ang ating bandera editor, Antheris Arceo.
Hello Denisa at hello sa lahat ng mga kabandera natin all over the world. Narito ang latest chika mula sa bandera. Trending ngayon ang social media influencer na si Joy Spring matapos mag-viral ang kanyang video na kuha sa naging podcast interview niya kasama si Will Dasovich. Ayon kasi sa naturang video, ang mga taong hindi naniniwala sa Diyos o ang mga non-believers ay mapupunta sa impyerno at habang buhay na magdurusa doon. Marami sa mga netizens ang napataas ang kilay sa naging pahayag ni Joyce na agad naman siyang kinontra. May mga nagsasabi pa nga na mas pipiliin na lang daw nilang pumunta ng impyerno kaysa naman mapunta sa langit, ngunit kasama naman nila ang isang self-righteous na katulad ni Joy Spring. Pero may ilan rin naman na sumang-ayon at sinabing wala rin namang mali sa mga pahayag na sinabi ni Joyce patungkol sa mga non-believers. Ngunit sa kabila ng kaliwat ka ng pambabatikas na kanyang natatanggap, patuloy pa rin niyang pinanindigan ang nauna niyang statement sa naging podcast interview niya kay Will. Base sa kanyang social media post nitong Webes, October 13, ito raw ang kanyang pinaniniwalaan na ang mga taong hindi naniniwala sa Kristyanismo ay mapupunta sa impyerno. Sa kabila nito ay hinikayat naman niya ang mga netizens na panoorin ang buong episode ng kanyang podcast kasama si Will upang maintindihan ang kanyang side ng story. At ito nga ang Bandera Chika natin for today. Maraming salamat, Denisa.
Thank you, Anne. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Denisa Fernandez. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net.